IEA's TIMSS is the longest-running international assessment of mathematics and science at the 4th and 8th grades. Directed by the TIMSS and Pearls International Study Center at Boston College, TIMSS has monitored trends in mathematics and science achievement around the world since 1995, gathering high-quality data that policymakers can use to make evidence-based decisions about mathematics and science curricula and instruction. TIMSS 2023 was the 8th cycle of TIMSS, providing 28 years of trend data for mathematics and science achievement at the 4th and 8th grades. TIMSS 2023 is the first fully digital cycle of TIMSS, and almost all countries administered a computer-based assessment to their students. In addition to this achievement data, TIMSS 2023 includes contextual data describing students' experiences at home and school and information about national policies related to education. Across the 4th and 8th grades, over 500,000 students in 64 countries participated in TIMSS 2023. 59 countries and 6 benchmarking participants participated at the 4th grade, and 44 countries and 3 benchmarking participants participated at the 8th grade. The TIMSS mathematics and science assessments are based upon internationally agreed-upon frameworks that specify the topics and skills that are appropriate to measure for 4th and 8th grade students across countries. The TIMSS 2023 frameworks also include information about contextual data collected and the assessment design. The TIMSS 2023 International Benchmarks of Mathematics and Science Achievement describe the knowledge and skills that 4th and 8th grade students demonstrate at different levels of performance on the TIMSS assessments. The Advanced International Benchmark characterizes the highest levels of mathematics and science achievement and describes the knowledge and skills demonstrated by top-performing students. The Low International Benchmarks characterize minimal levels of proficiency in mathematics and science for 4th and 8th grade students. The Intermediate and High International Benchmarks describe mathematics and science achievement at levels between the low and advanced benchmarks. The benchmarks build upon each other, meaning that students who reach the highest benchmark also reach all lower benchmarks. In mathematics, 91% of 4th grade students internationally reached the low benchmark, meaning that they demonstrated basic mathematical understanding by performing tasks such as adding and subtracting with numbers up to 3 digits and reading data from different representations. 70% of students reached the intermediate benchmark, and 35% of students reached the high benchmark. Only 7% of students reached the advanced benchmark. These students demonstrated that they could select and relate information to implement appropriate operations to solve problems by performing tasks such as interpreting the results of computations given in problem contexts and interpreting and making choices about data in numerous contexts. In science, 90% of 4th grade students internationally reached the low benchmark. These students showed knowledge of some science facts, such as basic knowledge of plants, animals, and the environment, as well as Earth's characteristics and its climate. 70% of students reached the intermediate benchmark, and 31% of students reached the high benchmark. Only 7% of students reached the advanced benchmark, demonstrating that they could show, apply, and communicate their knowledge of life, physical, and earth sciences, and engage in multiple scientific inquiry practices. These students demonstrated knowledge of topics such as the characteristics of living things, properties of matter, and use of Earth's natural resources. In mathematics, 81% of 8th grade students internationally reached the low benchmark, demonstrating knowledge of integers, basic shapes, and visual representations. Students at this level performed tasks such as applying basic properties of whole numbers and finding the lengths of sides and polygons. 55% of students reached the intermediate benchmark, and 28% of students reached the high benchmark. Only 7% of students reached the advanced benchmark, demonstrating their abilities to extend understanding beyond working with integers alone to solve a variety of problems in novel contexts. Students at this level performed tasks such as formulating expressions and solving algebraic equations, as well as using properties of geometric figures to find missing measures and identify related shapes. In science, 80% of 8th grade students internationally reached the low benchmark. These students showed and applied knowledge of some science facts, such as applying knowledge of ecosystems using models and distinguishing between physical and chemical changes. 56% of students reached the intermediate benchmark, and 27% of students reached the high benchmark. Only 6% of students reached the advanced benchmark. Students performing at this level demonstrated their abilities to show, apply, and reason with knowledge of concepts related to biology, chemistry, physics, and earth science in various contexts, and engage in more complex scientific practices. They performed tasks such as reasoning about ancestry, applying knowledge of friction, and designing fair tests with multiple variables. For the 49 countries with comparable 4th grade data in TIMSS 2019, 14 showed an increase in average mathematics achievement in TIMSS 2023. 13 showed a decrease, and 22 had no change in average mathematics achievement. The trend results are similar for 4th grade science. In both subjects, the number of increases and decreases in average achievement is relatively balanced for 4th grade students. For the 34 countries with comparable 8th grade data in TIMSS 2019, only 3 showed an increase in average science achievement, 15 showed a decrease, and 16 had no change in average science achievement. The trend results are similar for 8th grade mathematics. In both subjects, there are more decreases than increases in average achievement for 8th grade students. TIMSS 2023 includes extensive contextual data collected from students, parents, teachers, and principals. These data show how different contextual factors are related to students' mathematics and science achievement. These highlights include the percentages of students in different reporting groups and their average mathematics or science achievement. Details about how these factors are measured, as well as results for all grades and subjects, are available in the full TIMSS 2023 International Results online publication. This video presents selected highlights from these data. Home socioeconomic status, as reported by 4th grade students' parents, has a strong relationship with average mathematics and science achievement internationally. In both subjects, students who were classified as having higher home socioeconomic status had an average achievement more than 80 points higher than students who were classified as having lower home socioeconomic status. Students were asked to report how often they're absent from school. More frequent absences are associated with lower achievement in mathematics and science. Internationally, 8th grade students who reported being absent once a week had an average mathematics achievement 82 points lower than students who reported never or almost never being absent. In science, students who reported being absent once a week also had an average achievement 82 points lower than those who reported never or almost never being absent. Positive attitudes towards mathematics and science are associated with higher average achievement for 4th and 8th grade students. Internationally, 4th grade students who reported that they very much like learning mathematics had average mathematics achievement 32 points higher than students who reported that they do not like learning mathematics. A similar relationship is observed among 8th grade students, where those who very much like learning mathematics had average mathematics achievement 50 points higher than those who reported they do not like learning mathematics. Confidence also has a positive relationship with achievement. 4th grade students who reported being very confident in science had average achievement 67 points higher than students who reported that they were not confident in science. There is also a positive relationship between confidence and achievement in 8th grade. where students who reported being very confident had an average achievement 90 points higher than students who reported they were not confident in science. This video presents highlights of mathematics and science achievement in TIMSS 2023 and some key findings from the TIMSS 2023 contextual data. Much more is available at TIMSS2023.org. This website includes the full TIMSS 2023 international results, more information about the TIMSS 2023 assessment, the TIMSS 2023 encyclopedia, as well as data and technical documentation for download and further analysis.